A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
When it comes to Star Wars touchstones, Episode 6 of Ahsoka has it all. From the reference to the opening crawl by Hugh Yang onwards, Far, Far Away may be missing its title character, but still delivers another exciting outing for the show. It builds up its villains and their plans while also taking the time for some quintessential Star Wars cuteness. The Purrgil delivered Grand Admiral Thrawn and Ezra Bridger to the planet where they go to die, an eerie sight where Peridia's rings are revealed to be the skeletons of countless star whales. This is also the original home of the Night Sisters before they arrived on Dathomir, and Ahsoka provides an appropriately creepy live-action introduction to their order in their blood-red garb, their leader's voice given the same unsettling reverb used in Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
You shall wait. He is coming.
This episode combines aspects of Star Wars with Dune as it leans into the drama and spectacle of space opera. As shown in Count Dooku's alliance with the Night Sisters in the Clone Wars, the Night Sisters have a lot that they can offer. For Grand Admiral Thrawn, they're serving as something like Dune's Bene Gesserit.
Come here. Kneel.
Providing him with knowledge through the ability to foretell the future. They can bring him allies by communicating through dreams and also use their dark magic in his favor in a way we'll presumably learn more about next week. Thrawn knows how to make an entrance. His Imperial Star Destroyer is a deeply imposing sight as it appears above the platform where Morgan Elsbeth meets with the Great Mother. Even more dramatic is the chanting of Thrawn as he walks out from amongst his line of stormtroopers, showing off his power by sporting an immaculate white suit that makes the faded armor of his soldiers look filthy by comparison. The scene evokes the Imperial military might demonstrated by the beginning of A New Hope, while also standing in contrast to Cassian Andor's commentary on the complacency that made it possible to overthrow the Empire. These soldiers have been hardened by fighting to survive rather than growing soft without meaningful resistance. Both the ship and the armor of many of the soldiers have been repaired with gold, embodying the Japanese practice of kintsugi, where broken pottery is reassembled in a way that emphasizes the damage rather than attempting to hide it. Beyond being one of the series' many nods to the Japanese influences on the original Star Wars, it's a choice that feels deeply in line with Thrawn's understanding of the importance of aesthetics, very clearly demonstrating the way that his troops have been shaped by their exile. Mikkelsen voiced Thrawn in Star Wars Rebels, and the actor seamlessly steps back into the role of a villain who always sees the big picture. He never underestimated the Rebels crew and views Sabine as his last chance to actually kill Ezra, though he won't overextend his weakened forces on petty revenge if it endangers his greater goal of escaping exile. Given that the Night Sisters have previously shown the ability to temporarily reanimate their dead, and are loading coffin-shaped boxes from the catacombs onto Thrawn's ship, death might not be the end of duty for Thrawn's troops. That would certainly fit with the discussion of resurrection Thrawn has when he learns Ahsoka Tano is still alive. His insistence on learning everything he can about her is classic Thrawn, and I look forward to the mind games and verbal sparring to come between the two. But Elsbeth and Thrawn certainly seem to have underestimated Skoll, who gets more development in this episode as he continues to be one of the highlights of the series. There's a meta commentary to his mourning about the cyclical nature of conflict between the Jedi and Sith that runs throughout Star Wars that has played out for thousands of years in stories told by Hugh Yang, George Lucas, or Jon Favreau.
No. He was trained as a Jedi. You, I trained to be something more.
Skoll has fought as a general for the Jedi Order and saw how pointless their war was, but he hasn't fallen for the path of the Sith, seeking to claim temporal power as a lieutenant of Thrawn. He's out for something bigger, an ancient power he believes lies in Peridia. Given the cosmology Filoni has been setting up since the Clone Wars, I'm guessing it's tied to the father, son, and daughter, who embody different aspects of the Force. Obviously, Skoll can't succeed since the Star Wars IP is so profitable. This conflict will keep playing out over and over again, but his ambitions are impressive in that they exceed even Thrawn's goal of galactic conquest. Released into the wilderness with some supplies and a warg-like howler, Sabine Wren has a forgettable encounter with some generic bandits so that they can later be part of a bad guy team-up with Skoll. Mostly, it's a chance to show that she's not bad with a lightsaber when she isn't fighting skilled Force users, and to create an adorable dynamic between her and her cowardly mount. The decidedly ugly, cute creature leads her into an even cuter hermit crab alien that Ezra has been living with. Their nomadic village with buildings that resemble larger shells feel like classic Star Wars, providing great practical details like a baby being swung in a hammock or a crowd retreating into their shells in fright as the howler eagerly accepts a treat.
How did you find me?
It's jarring seeing Esfandi's bearded Ezra given how young the character was when he disappeared, but the actor seems to have taken on Taylor Gray's role as well. He greets Sabine with casual confidence rather than big emotions, and Bordizzo does a good job subtly showing her pained guilt as she pushes back on Ezra's questions. The recriminations can wait until next week.
Come on. You never stay in one place for very long.
Cute aliens, nefarious schemes, and a villain with a penchant for drama make Ahsoka Episode 6 feel like quintessential Star Wars. While Sabine and Ezra finally get their happy reunion, there's plenty of trouble brewing from the show's excellent cast of villains, with their own plans for how to reshape the galaxy. For more Ahsoka, make sure to check out our review for Episode 5 or the official Anakin and Ahsoka reunion behind the scenes.